Hi, my name is Johnny. I live in northern Quebec. This is my micro cabin that my father and I built together. We converted it from a treehouse that I had from when I was a kid. It's mainly made from recycled materials. It's 96 square feet, 8 by 10. And come on inside, let's take a look.
So this is another guest video, and before we get started, Tiny House Summer Camp year number 12 is coming up in September. Free camping, live demos, guest speakers, actual building, over a full weekend of madness. You'll see so many structures, tour tiny houses, and more in the woods of Vermont, like I said. Sign up down below at the link or relaxshacks.com, and my new book is out very soon. Link down below for pre-orders.
So as I said before, this used to be a treehouse that I had when I was a kid. And of course, over time, I just ended up outgrowing it. And since then, it's been taking up space, just collecting dust. So my dad came up with a really good idea to repurpose it and transform it into something bigger that I can enjoy now. And this is the first of 3 projects that we've done so far. And we're definitely looking at doing more. So coming to the deck, all of the wood that we use for the deck are all from my old sandbox and my old treehouse. So all reused materials. All of the walls on the outside are all second grade cedar shingles. And all of the windows are recycled materials. And just here at the bottom left, we have a bunch of spare insulation that we picked up for really cheap on Facebook Marketplace. Moving here to the right, we have any spare room for any firewood or whatever else you'd want to put. And in the back, which we can't show because of all the snow, we have a bunch of spare tin from a shed that we picked up for really cheap on Facebook Marketplace. So let's head inside. So moving on into the cabin, first what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a quick point of view walk around tour for you guys so you guys can see what it looks like quickly. And as you can see, this is the perfect cozy place. You guys could bring some buddies for a weekend and relax. I would like to mention that the blinds we picked up at a discount store and the door we picked up secondhand, so we got both for really cheap. And in the corner, we do have a mini toilet for those midnight emergencies. With that done though, let's go ahead and get into the actual detailed tour of the cabin.
Well, welcome inside the cabin. I'm going to start out this tour of the cabin here in the kitchen area, where I'd love to start with this stove right here. This is a cubic mini stove that my dad and I originally picked up as a demo, so we only paid half price for it. And at the top over here, my dad made a homemade firebox, which also helped with saving money. Now moving on to the actual kitchen area, the counter, the sink, and all of the cupboards in the kitchen were all picked up at Habitat for Humanity for really cheap prices. Now the way the sink works is it's hooked up to a 12-volt pump, which is also hooked up to a rain barrel outside the back of the cabin. We have a simple mini butane stove. Just to the top of that, we have light switches which control all the lights throughout all of the cabin. And these lights right up top here were completely homemade. Now I'm going to move on just to my left, right beside the entrance of the cabin. Just to the right of the entrance, we have these 3 cupboards. Now my dad and I built the frame for these cupboards, but these 3 doors that you see, we all picked up at a garage sale for about $5 a piece. Now the top and bottom left could all be used as extra storage for whatever you may need. In the bottom left, we have extra firewood or whatever else you want to put. But in the bottom right, we have our solar setup.
So I'm sure some of you guys saw it in the beginning, but outside of the cabin, we do have a 250 watt panel, which does charge these 2 80 amp hour batteries. Inside of this little setup, we also have a fuse box. We have an on-off switch and anything to do with any electricals throughout the entire cabin. And at the top, we do have 2 charging ports, one with 2 USB plugs, so you can charge any device.
Now let's move on to the living room area. Moving on to the living room area, after a long day, in my opinion, this is the perfect place to just come relax. In the corner, I got a small couch, which is perfect because it could also be used as a retractable bed. Here in the center, we have 3 mini tables, which could also be used if you have extra guests as small chairs around this bigger table where you could put any TV or monitor. And if this takes up space and you just want to get rid of it, just put it away. And put it back up whatever you want to use it. And in the corner, my personal favorite, the beanbag chair. And when it's time to sleep, and if the retractable bed isn't enough, let's head upstairs.
So to head upstairs, all you have to do is pull this ladder down. We did pick this ladder up from Facebook Marketplace and put it together ourselves. So let's head upstairs. So heading upstairs to the sleeping quarters, you guys can see we have a light in the corner, a nice bed set up, cabinets for extra storage. We do have some sleeping bags for those really cold nights, and 3 windows to let in some extra sunlight. All of them are recycled, as I mentioned. And yeah, really nice place to spend the night, really cozy.
And just like that, you're ready to go to bed.
Well, I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in to my tour of our small cabin here. And I also want to give a really special thanks to RelaxShocks.com for giving us the opportunity to showcase our tiny cabin. Now, the sun's about to set. I think I'm going to relax in front of the fire, watch some TV. I hope you guys have a great night, day, evening, whatever time it is for where you guys are in the world. And I'll catch you next time. Have a good one, guys.